Let me firstly acknowledge in this media occasion the President of His Excellency Joko Widodo, the President of the People's Republic of Indonesia. He was accompanied by a very high delegation, his foreign minister, and all other relevant ministers to be associated with this important bilateral visit. I just want to announce to our country and the media who have showed up that this was a very, very warm and fruitful bilateral engagements that we are concluding. His arrival this morning received at the airport and honored by a 21-man gun salute. His engagement with myself in our private recess and of course our combined engagements, him leading his Indonesian delegation and me leading our Papua New Guinea delegation, was concluded very, very well. His Excellency, our Governor General, Sebob, that I hosted a very good lunch. In fact, a little bit of working lunch, and we just concluded the inaugural meeting between Papua New Guinea and Indonesian business in a business council to be set up to ensure that not just a government-to-government conversation, but more importantly, people-to-people and business-to-business links are entrenched and elevated to a level never done before. I will conclude the press after I've invited my colleague, His Excellency President Widodo, to address the press. But I just want to inform everyone, it was a very, very warm, fruitful meeting. I've had many engagements. This is a very, very warm, in fact, one of the warmest meetings I've ever had. And as head of government on his side, but also as head of state on his side, he related to Papua New Guinea like never before. We've been in partnership since 1975, going 48 years now, but we both realized that two nations have been wasting on the side for too long. More importantly, greater engagements between both sides has not taken place, and in very recent years, between President Widodo and myself in our engagements, we've engaged in affirmative conversations to ensure our government-to-government relationship is strengthened, but more importantly elevated, but rather more importantly for both sides, our business-to-business engagements are elevated, and today's outcome is something that I cannot be more satisfied. In fact, it is very, very satisfying that we're not just leaving this as a meeting that has happened in the past, but concrete outcomes have been achieved for both people, both business on both sides, and in fact, governments on both sides. Mr. President, I'd like you to have an opportunity to speak to the press at the very earliest. You are my direct West. Whilst the global West is different, Papua New Guinean West is you. You are important for me. And I repeat, this is not just a statement of waste. Whilst the global West may be different, Papua New Guinea and Pacific West is in you, and the Asia region close to us. You are our link to the Asian nations. You've continuously maintained support to us in APEC and ASEAN. You have been a very effective link to us in commerce, trade, and government-to-government engagements with our real West. And you are amongst friends, you're amongst family, because our people share ancestry, our people share land, our people share sea. We're from one common space on planet Earth, and the Indo-Pacific conversation, in the heart of it lies the Republic of Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. And so I will give you the first honor to address the press collectively, and I will run up by saying thank you to you and summarize. Mr. President, you have the moment to the press.
Yang Mulia Perdana Menteri Marape, terima kasih atas sambutan hangatnya. PNG adalah tetangga dekat sekaligus mitra strategis Indonesia, dan sejak kunjungan Yang Mulia tahun lalu, banyak kemajuan telah dicapai, termasuk penandatanganan dan ratifikasi MOU serta pembukaan aktivitas di perbatasan. Dalam pertemuan bilateral tadi, kami membahas beberapa hal Yang pertama, Indonesia berkomitmen meningkatkan kerjasama dengan negara-negara Pasifik termasuk PNG, dan kami telah sepakat menyusun roadmap kerjasama pembangunan untuk 5 tahun ke depan. Indonesia juga akan segera memulai renovasi fasilitas rumah sakit di Port Moresby, pembangunan posko damkar, pengelolaan sampah di Vanimo, pembangunan sekolah di Butung, dan peningkatan beasiswa pelajar PNG. Kedua, kerjasama ekonomi. Perdagangan Indonesia PNG meningkat tajam pada tahun 2022 mencapai 307 juta US dollar. Ini perlu terus ditingkatkan dengan mendorong kelanjutan pembahasan PTA, pembentukan Business Council, dan kunjungan misi dagang dan investasi serta partisipasi BUMN Indonesia dalam pembangunan jalan raya di PNG. Yang ketiga, terkait konektivitas dan perbatasan, saya menyambut baik pembukaan rute pelayaran PNG Express dan penerbangan Citylink Denpasar Port Moresby, serta ratifikasi Basic Agreement on Border Arrangement dan pembukaan kembali pos lintas Sko Wutung. Dan terkait kerjasama Indo-Pasifik, saya menyampaikan komitmen untuk meningkatkan engagement Indonesia dan ASEAN dengan Pasifik, termasuk dengan mengundang wakil Pasifik di East Asia Summit dan penyelenggaraan ASEAN Indo-Pacific Forum. Sebagai penutup, Indonesia dan PNG adalah dua negara besar dari Global South. Sudah waktunya negara-negara dari Global South saling mendukung untuk meningkatkan kesejahteraan masyarakat kita, termasuk dalam pengelolaan sumber daya alam yang kita miliki. Terima kasih.
All right, terima kasih, His Excellency President Widodo. I will try to do my best to translate to English for the benefit of Papua New Guinea media and other international media who are here. Again, Mr. President, thank you very much for the wonderful bilateral we had upstairs. This is a return visit. From my visit to Indonesia, I was wonderfully hosted by President Widodo and his lovely wife from the 30th and 31st of May 2022. Mr. President visits us here for the second time. His last visit was on the 17th to the 18th of November 2018, when he was here for our APEC, the APEC meeting that we hosted. In these dialogues, in his 2018 meeting and 2022 visit of mine to Indonesia, there have been various exchanges running, and we've recently established a joint ministerial commission and to supervise relevant working groups on matters of importance for both nations. I want to announce to our people and people of Indonesia and to observers, since last year important milestone achievements has been reached. We've ratified, there was a ratification on 15th of June 2023 of the PNG Indonesia visa waiver agreement, so that diplomatic and official passport holders can move freely between both nations. That was signed on 15th of March 2023. Basic border agreement, our basic border agreement has been ratified successfully by Parliament, giving way for the new negotiations to start place on how we operate our mutual borders going forward. There's an MOU that has been signed preventing and combating transnational crime and building capacities between our Royal Papua New Guinea Royal Constabulary and Indonesian National Police on 29th of March 2023. There was an MOU signed on mutual administrative assistance in areas of customs matters, customs to custom, that was signed on 29th March 2023. And of course, Air Services Agreement signed between PNG and Indonesia on 17 June 2013 has never been implemented up until we've attained foreign air operating certificate, and the inaugural flight by Citylink from Indonesia landed on the 2nd of July 2023. This has been significant areas of progress. We're also waiting to ratify PNG Indonesia Defence Cooperation, and this is work in progress. We hope to bring to Parliament at the very earliest. There's a consultation on visa on arrival for Papua New Guinea and Indonesian travellers for ordinary passports. We're concluding and signing an MOU on cross-border land transportation. We're concluding and signing, we've concluded and signed on education. And I just want to announce the Indonesian government has offered scholarship for Papua New Guinean students to go and study, and Papua New Guinea government will match for every space given, will match with student that we will sponsor to go into colleges and universities to help us send many of our students who've left grade 12 doing nothing, we'll send into schools on the other side. There has been mutual power purchase agreement between Indonesia's PLN and PNG Power Limited to supply power from Jayapura to Vanemu, and likewise Marape possibly on the south side to the South Fly electorate. By the way, their power is much cheaper than our power right now, and we've signed this in this space, but going forward into the future, power generated on our side or power generated on their side, we can synergize and operate together, supplying power either ways. We've concluded signing an MOU on intelligence sharing. We've concluded a feasibility study, or concluding a feasibility study on PNG Indonesia preferential or free trade arrangements, and we're concluding and signing an MOU on women empowerment, women and children empowerment. I want to also announce, he spoke in Bahasa, but I want to announce that, and I want to thank very much President for the 55 million kina grant to Port Moresby General Hospital to work on our intensive care unit and our mortuary. Thank you very much. I want to also announce that his government has given a grant assistance to support the West Sepik Integrated Development Project to the tune of 5 million kina. The key announcements on mutual visa waiver exemptions for both our two nations, and I did announce earlier on some of the said MOUs that both nations have signed. But I want to also say, we're not just talking about government to government. These conversations meant for business, and Mr. President has opened up his market for our producers to go there. He's informed me that we must produce and ensure our livestock go to Indonesia, our oil palms go to Indonesia, our producers go to Indonesia. Likewise, a major part of our conversation today was for our business-to-business engagements to grow. And I did appeal to our meeting inside, Papua New Guineans, to step back and unveil our lenses in Indonesia. We have not been utilizing the powerhouse economy that is on the other side. The world's 16th biggest economy right now, they will possibly be world's 4th or 5th biggest economy within 20 years. They are on link to commerce, trade in Asia. They are our direct west, and the President was very kind by saying, we have market for your producers, we also have business capacities, especially in our government's focus on downstream processing. He has given us indication, and I've established a task force to work. We've established a task force rather. Our side will be led by Deputy Prime Minister, assisted by Minister Maru, to go and look into the mineral and petroleum and forestry and agriculture downstream processing they have in Indonesia. And together we partner also to ensure we move into the downstream space, utilizing capacity, business, expertise, and more importantly, market back to Indonesia, a market of 280 million people we have today. And so on this note, Mr. President, I just want to really appreciate you coming by. Next year I will visit Indonesia, and I have invited Indonesia to be part of our 50th anniversary in 2025, when we are celebrating our 50th independence anniversary here. Thank you very much, media, for your attendance. This is an important visit. Thank you, Mr. President. God bless you. Safe travel.